Please stop joining Ruthless as level 8s. I went through time and space to kill every swarm and the Swarm Lord. Okay. So I noticed a few posts mentioning lower levels joining Ruthless and Lethal. And yeah, I assume these are new players, you know, from the holidays getting the game. This heavy dropped 27k range damage. The Vanguard here had almost 9,000 damage with, 6,000 melee damage. And then the Assault here has, in total, they have 7,000 damage. So I'm going to assume the level 8 here is Assault. What perks would you have as Assault at level 8? Like, do you get the melee perk for your team? Because honestly, that's the only thing. Wait, no, that would be Vanguard, right? For Assault, I guess it would be the ability. That said, honestly, as far as low-level Ruthless goes, I think you should clear out your, at least you should clear out your first row of perks. That said, there are certain perks that are better built for Ruthless and Lethal. Now, also, I wouldn't recommend jumping into Ruthless until you are very experienced in the game regardless. Even if you're level 20, but you only have like one level 20 class, that's probably a good time for Ruthless, like around level 15, level 20 if it's your first leveled up class. I know you guys seen me run Ruthless, lower leveled. I'm not too sure if I was ever level 8. I think the worst it was ever was level 3 heavy on Lethal, but Heavy's a great class. I don't recommend anyone else doing that at all. Also, that was the only other class that I was able to use in that situation, so I decided to run it, and luckily, I was with a tactical that was absolutely destroying everything with the grenade launcher. So that's a very, very special, like, alignment of, certain things have to go right for this to be possible. That said, I mean, this is a success. You guys did complete decapitation. You did beat the Hive Tyrant. I get it. That's a lot of damage you probably were carrying pretty hard here. I'm just going to point out, don't join Ruthless, especially don't join Lethal. Maybe not even Substantial until you get your first row of perks. The team perks is probably the most important part. But yeah, I've seen a wide amount of these posts coming basically in the last couple days. So, I just wanted to, do a little PSA about it. And yes, also clarify, when I do things like this, it's because, I have a special case. I probably have like over 200 hours fighting Tyranids at this point. So if I join a Ruthless operation level 10, I probably have a Relic Chainsword as well, So consider that. Newbies. Don't join Ruthless or Lethal until you get your first row of perks. The team perks you get are very important for these matches. And I'm going to put an example there for like certain perks that are just built for their difficulties. Invigorating Icon. You get that around level 23 as Bulwark. I would not recommend going into Lethal until you get that perk. So, there's an example of there's an example like that for every class. You kind of want a certain perk for that difficulty. And yeah, let's get into more of these posts. Brothers, if you come for a carry, be like this lad. Didn't pick up anything unless it was surplus to requirements. Oh my god, it's a Bulwark. Was a challenge, but was all good. Okay, so we have two separate reactions to a lower level being carried in their game. I gotta say, though, the Assault that we just saw on Ruthless level 8 probably was more of a help than this level 1 Bulwark. I mean, also, though, you gotta consider if this Bulwark really wasn't picking up anything, I think that kind of goes a long way. Dude, look, they have the Gene Seed here, too, and a Guardian Relic they didn't use. Holy cow, dude, this Bulwark just got a come-up of an operation here. Holy cow. I bet you this Bulwark went from level 1 to, like, level 4 or 5, maybe? Again, though, don't do this. Don't go into Ruthless level 1. And I guess if you do, if it's for whatever reason the only class you have, don't pick up anything. Holy cow. Dude, actually, Banner's probably pretty good for Ruthless regardless, but that said, level 1 is way too low, dude. No team perk. No team perk. That's the worst. Okay, here we go. The average, why are my teammates level 6 on Ruthless experience? So, yep, you've seen all these posts were within the last 24 hours of newer players jumping into higher difficulties. Now, this is a crazy situation. We do have a tactical here with a chainsword. Probably a fencing chainsword. I haven't seen any like combos to really tell how fast it is. Nah, I'm pretty sure that's fencing. Yeah, now they're last brother standing. Are they both level 6? Regardless, they're both down. Dude, look at this swarm. Okay, so that was good. They still have a bunch of majors. You really need to, yeah, see how he put the entire swarm in front of him? That was a very, very good play there. Here, you basically just have to react to what's being thrown at you to make your way through the swarm. He's getting a lot of parries here, but as you see, he gets punished for going for the gun strike, which is rough. You really got to be careful going for those gun strikes. Also, in this situation, there's zero chance he can pull off a res. I just got to point that out. This swarm is way too big. There are way too many majors. There's too much aggro. There's no way he can pick up anybody. So there's an unblockable. He goes for the dodge, but not a perfect. He gets the gun strike there on the minorist, but actually was interrupted, it seems like. That's weird. Or maybe it was a false gun strike. Sometimes those happen. Nice execution here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 majors, but I'm pretty sure there was like 1 or 2 off camera there. Yeah, there was. There's 1 over there at least. So there's probably about 5 or 6 majors left. Big execution here. You see those follow-up melee attacks going a far away. Obviously, he's, you know, you kind of have to go through with all the gun strikes you possibly can here. No stim. No stim at all, and he's at 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so there's 2 executions here, so after this is going to be 3 majors. Dude, holy cow, what a good mob clear here. Like, honestly, that was very well played. Even though they're at like lethal health right now, he cleared out enough to where it was kind of worth it, to be honest. Dodge that, nice. But it's crazy. The only thing that was really even hurting him was going for gun strikes. And it's like, dude, you really, it's kind of weird. You have to count how many majors there are and maybe count how many parries you have to try to see how many can react to your gun strike. Because let's say you parry 3 and go for a gun strike on the 4th major, the other handful of majors are probably going to get stunned and maybe didn't pull up a combo. Regardless, this was basically 8 or 9 out of 10 mob clear here. I would say probably 8. I would give him a 9 if he was at half health, something like that. But yeah, level 6 Ruthless experience. Yep, that about sums it up.
I'd love to hate on it, but I did just this today for 3 straight games on Substantial.
Okay.
This is referring to being a low level and not picking up any items. Was playing with my brother. He wanted Assault, my only leveled class, so I played Vanilla Tactical. My brother has maxed pretty much everything but hadn't played in a few months. We were joined by another 25, and he stuck around for 3 games because I didn't, because I wasn't bad. I think I died once and only had Assault at 16, everything else vanilla. I didn't outdo them in much, but my numbers were close, so I would argue that someone who's a better player than me, not difficult, could perform at Ruthless, but most, no. Edit, how did the brother do? Oh, because of the bulwark. Yeah, this is referring to the level 1 bulwark who wasn't picking up items. The original poster here says he died a few times, but he hung around to the end, so can't fault that. I guess that's crazy. Okay. I gotta say, even this comment that I'm reading right now, it's like you're playing with people you know, so that's fine. And what is this? Substantial 2 level 25s? Yeah, that's fine. That's not bad. You can be level 1 for that. I wouldn't mention, I wouldn't recommend this for Ruthless. Unless you know the guy, unless you know that Assault can carry, pretty much. Exact opposite of my experience a few days ago. Had a TTV as the host. Okay. TTV. So TTV is Twitch TV. I just wanted to stop here just for a second, just to point out that like 9 out of 10 TTVs you see, if you look on Twitch, they will not be streaming, and they probably haven't streamed in a long time. I'm not too sure what that says, but it's just a funny thing that I've noticed, even like with people who just have it in their name in like Discord. There's tons of people who are, you know, it's one of those things. It's like once you start streaming, it's just like, especially with podcasts, I heard it's like when you start your podcast, once it starts to feel like work, you know, people start dropping off and not wanting to do it. Same goes for putting TTV in your name. You'll put TTV in your name, but you aren't streaming. Maybe you were streaming at one point, but you know, once you realize it was a commitment, it's you know, it's too tough at that point. Not to throw shade at anyone, but it's just a funny thing I've noticed, and I'm trying to come up with a reason for it. With clearly his buddy on Ruthless on Ballistic Engine. He was a level 1 Bulwark, less than 20 hours of gameplay. His buddy was like 12 on Assault. Okay, so did they say? Okay, Ruthless, Ballistic Engine, level 1 Bulwark, TTVer. Less than 20 hours of gameplay? On Ruthless, Ballistic Engine, level 1 Bulwark. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no on that. That's a bad play. Yeah, that's not good. His buddy was like level 12 on Assault. Okay, see, now this is doable if you have a level 12 on Assault in Ruthless, and you have two teammates who are like level 25 or at least level knows what they're doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started running Ruthless as an Assault player around level 12, level 10, something like that. Ruthless recommends 15, but I've been able to punch up 5 levels, you know, for quite a bit now. I would say around, yeah, 20 hours. I would say around 20 hours you should be able to punch up your difficulties a bit if you've leveled up another class before. But that's, you know, you could be playing campaign for 20 hours somehow, so, you know. 20 hours of gameplay doesn't mean 20 hours of experience on operations. Him and his buddy went down before even reaching the supply depot. His buddy fully died before the depot by going down a second time. I pinged stims for them 3 times and never used them. Okay, so pick them up. They're your stims now. Never even picked them up. Yeah, that's the craziest part about that. But yeah, this is screams of 2 players who do not know what they're doing. A Carnifex spawned during the depot, and the Twitch TV went to try and solo it, died instantly, and then kicked me as if it was my fault he wasn't able to do anything. Okay, just reading this is just making me frustrated. Honestly, if it wasn't for the Twitch TV name, I bet you I wouldn't be as frustrated, but that just screams somebody's not willing to take accountability for their actions. Don't be like my Bulwark players, be like the OP's Bulwark, where, yeah, well, wait, hold on, this is what the OP's Bulwark did, though. They didn't pick up any items. They also, wait, actually, the original poster did say they died a couple times. I guess the only thing missing here is the fact that they kicked you. Yeah, Ruthless, Ballistic Engine, level 1, don't do that. Level 12, Ruthless, are you good at the game? If so, that's fine. I really wish they'd level lock certain difficulties in private lobbies, keep it any level, but it's unfair for the general player base to carry your under-leveled and under-perked Space Marine on any difficulty. I probably could have said that, but regardless, look, the only difficulties I think they should level lock would be lethal and then the new upcoming difficulty. There's too many times where I play Ruthless just a tad bit under level 15, and I think, honestly, that's the best way to go. Like, once you're able to play Ruthless, you should stay on Ruthless until you're level 25, basically. So, like, honestly, I think that just extends the grind a little bit too much if you level lock Ruthless, but lethal should be level locked. I agree with that. Even though I did say earlier in the video, like, a level 23 Bulwark could get through on lethal because of Invigorating Icon, and, you know, there's other perks that have that example, but honestly, I would still say level lock lethal. Not gonna lie, now that I have more hours under my belt and maxed out on everything except PvP levels, which I find kind of meh and don't play much of. Alright. I played a lot of PvP, man. PvP is fun. I just think, here's the thing. I don't want to get in a tangent about PvP, but PvP and Team Deathmatch is way more meh than the other modes. I will say that. I said this before, but I just want to reiterate. It's actually kind of fun to have crappy underleveled teammates where I have to carry the match. Yeah, I kind of agree here. It really depends. It depends if they're trying or not, you know. At this point, Ruthless feels like average. Whoa. Oh, wait, for you? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fair to me. Yeah, that makes sense. At least when it comes to my, like, strong builds and, you know, my leveled up characters, which for the most part, they're pretty close to all being level up. The only 2 I'm missing are Sniper and Vanguard. At this point, Ruthless feels like average. Yeah, I would say on a fully leveled character, Ruthless feels like average, and then every other difficulty below that is basically easy.
and then lethal is hard mode. But with the way that damage spikes in lethal, I don't bother with that and just stick to Ruthless. I feel like a veteran surgeon leading my neophytes in combat. Okay. Honestly, I like their perspective here. I like the energy. But yeah, nah, dude, try to play some lethal, man. Try to play some lethal. Get a level 25 going. You know, use the strong weapons. Get the strong weapons leveled up. Pick the strong perks, go into lethal and see how you do. You'll get used to it. I am once again asking for forgiveness because I queued up as a 25 and my class is taken, so I got stuck playing a class I've invested nothing in. Yeah, so yes, this is a problem. I hope this is something that's fixed. That said, a lot of these new players are jumping into higher difficulties. They're not always somebody who leveled up a class before, but they're probably most likely somebody who leveled up a one class and then, you know, don't have any other classes leveled up. General advice would be to at least level up 2 classes. Like, try your best. If you just go with 1 class all the way up to 25, you're going to be in this situation. Try to maybe get 2 classes that are like level 10-ish, you know, like maybe run 1 average difficulty with a new class and then go to substantial and see where it's at. Just do a couple operations just so you're better prepared for a situation like this. Because honestly, it's a world of difference to join a lethal or ruthless operation as a level 10 compared to a level 1. Like that would be, it's so much better at level 10. Holy cow. And most of it, I gotta say, is the weapon levels as well. But yeah, that said, let me know in the comments if you've been running into lower level players and higher difficulties. I've seen a little bit of a spike of posts of the subjects. I wanted to make sure I covered it. And, yeah, for the most part, this hasn't been an issue for me. I did run a lethal recently with a level 13, I believe. Which was rough. I think we lost. Not sure. That said, my win rate recently has been pretty good, so even in tough operations, we're able to get it done. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I kind of enjoy carrying actual new players, but these lower levels and higher difficulties, yeah, that's crazy. Definitely needs to stop.